What's up? This is Despacito by Fonsi, a Latin-based tune that's going to have a few parts in it. You can make a decision when you perform the song how you want to mix up the parts. I'm going to use the pick technique for this song because that's what I hear in the sound. The whole tune is going to be B minor, G, D, A. Right off the bat, we're going to play arpeggios. The first arpeggio shape is going to be this small B minor. And then I'm going to have you do something different with G. I'm going to have you move your first finger up. Just like that. Don't go to this bar shape unless you are comfortable doing that. I think this is easier. The next chord, D. As you can see, we're using smaller shapes for this part of the song. Later on, we'll get into the bar chords and eventually a capo version to eliminate the bar chords. Last chord, an A triad. Right at the end, I do a tricky little move up to what is really an A chord. What you could do is hold this D shape, slide up the D shape to the 9th position, and you have an A chord, an A triad. So that's a tricky part right off the bat. Then there's a pause, and then we go into the next rhythm. The next section, you're going to play more bar chords. Your B minor chord is now going to be here. 7th position, bar chord, minor. G, major bar chord, 3rd fret. D, regular D, open position. And then we're going to do A, another bar chord. So here are your bar chords. B minor, G, we'll do D open, give you one easy chord, and then A on the 5th fret, major. If you notice, I put a slight pause in between each chord because when I listen to the recording, they held the chords a little bit longer. You've got a really fast lick. Now if you're not used to playing guitar solos or doing slurs, this lick may be a little bit hard because it's rather quick. Rake up the strings. The rake technique is one where you glide the pick. The goal is to hit the first string, 7th fret, B. Then you place your pinky on fret 10 on the first string, and your third finger is going to be right behind it. Then you're going to pick. I've seen a couple instances where this was played as slurred. If you slow the music down, you can clearly hear that he's picking every note. Take it really slow. There's 5 notes in that group, and there's a rake going up. Then you're going to do a climb. Notice how I do that. I pick fret 7, string 1, then I shift up with my first finger so I can get the next 3 notes on fret 9, 10, 12. Then I go up to fret 14 and 15, and then play those 2 notes back and forth while I add vibrato. Then we're going to do our really cool little 6th runs. And you can use the pick on both those notes. I'm sliding up from fret 9 to 11 on string 3. Landing on string 1, fret 10 with my first finger, coming back with my second to fret 9, putting my third finger on string 1, fret 9, sounding those with a little vibrato, and then down to 7th fret, second finger on the 3rd string and 3rd finger on the 1st string. And then we're into the chord. There's a really cool little bass line that goes on as the other rhythm instruments continue. So it's a fairly simple riff, and typically I would do these kind of riffs without open strings, but I'm going to show you the open string version. You're going to go 2nd fret, 5th string, open 4th, and 4th fret 4th with your 3rd finger. So there's a little delay on that first note, as you can tell. Next we go to G. 2nd finger, 6th string, 3rd fret. 1st finger, 5th string, 2nd fret. Open 4th. That's G, B, D. I'll just keep going over that. Your next riff is going to be a D chord, arpeggiated. It's going to be the open D, open 4th string. And you're going to hit the F sharp, which is the 4th fret 4th string with your 3rd finger. Up to A on the 3rd string, that is 3rd string 2nd fret, index. Notice when I give it the mute with the right hand, it gives it a lot of punch. Now your A chord is exactly like the D riff, it's just moved up to the 5th and 4th strings. That's going to be open 5th A. C sharp with your 3rd finger on the 5th string, 4th fret. And then we're going to land on E with our 1st finger on the 4th string, 2nd fret. If you have 2 guitars, the other guitar of course can go. Give you a little beat in the background, you'll get an idea of how that goes. So as you can see, that's fairly simple. Now I'm playing it in 2nd position, not in 1st position, so that you can use your stronger fingers, your 1st and your 3rd for the most part. Remember, on the G you'll use your 2nd. I'm going to do a strum version of the main chord part. Now let's get to the intro.